Not be on the ballot. Political affairs reporter Murimi Mwangi takes a closer look.
At the NASA presidential petition challenging President Uhuru Kenyatta's re-election, the Supreme Court witnessed heated legal exchanges regarding two results declaration forms, and which would comically find their way to the Kenyan urban vocabulary, Forms 34A and 34B. But the Tuesday decision of opposition leader Raila Odinga and his running mate Kalonzo Musyoka to quit the repeat presidential poll has introduced yet another electoral vocabulary, Form 24A, a statutory document which electoral body IEBC insists is mandatory before Odinga or any other candidate can quit the presidential race.
That form is an idea of people who are still in denial, who refuse to accept that this withdrawal has taken place. It is taken effect.
If it is a statutory requirement that you fill the form for withdrawal and not write a letter, then it remains that you need to fill the form and not write a letter for you to have withdrawn.
Article 52 of the Election General Regulations 2017 directs a withdrawing candidate to deliver a duly filled form to the Commission, not later than 3 days after nomination. A sample Form 24A has space for the candidate's name, ID or passport number, date when he or she was nominated to run, and must be signed by the returning officers designated for the specific election. For the purpose of the October 26th repeat poll, that officer is IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati, who is the national returning officer for presidential elections. But then there's a complication. There was no nomination after the Supreme Court nullified the presidential election. So when should Raila have filled the Form 24A, if at all?
Regulation 52 will be applicable where you are conducting an election that is being held on the second Tuesday of August, as spelled out in Article 136 and Article 138. So this is a different legal regime. It's an election that has been triggered following nullification.
The procedure laid down is that there's a form, you go pick it, you fill it, and have it submitted, probably remain with your copy. Henceforward, then the right to withdraw crystallizes from the time that you've given out the form.
Citing a 2013 Supreme Court finding on withdrawal of candidates in a repeat poll in relation to a query raised by Attorney General Professor Githu Muigai, NASA wants IEBC to freshly nominate candidates and conduct an election in 90 days, a suggestion which President Kenyatta's Jubilee Party has dismissed as hot air.
The timeline has surpassed. Then whether you withdraw or not, your name will be in the ballot. So that's why Raila Odinga's name will be in the ballot. But elections, I can tell you, my friend, elections will happen, inshallah, on the 26th of October 2017.
We must shut the door. We must slam the door shut on the culture of electoral fraud and proceed to an era where the sovereign will of the people will prevail.
IEBC is due to gazette the fresh list of candidates, while Jubilee is still debating likelihood of appealing a recent High Court verdict that allowed Dr. Ekuru Aukot and other fringe candidates from the nullified August 8th election to vie in the repeat poll. Murimi Mwangi, KTN News, Nairobi.
Right, a lot happening, and of course we have some latest news from London in the United Kingdom, where the Minister for Africa, Rory Stewart, has met with the Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Monica Juma, and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. And of course they did discuss what has been happening, and the UK has reiterated its support for Kenya and for Kenyans to continue with the current discussions under the law and under the Constitution and the current institutions. The UK has highlighted to the Principal Secretary the UK's concern over the political tensions currently ongoing in the country, emphasizing that rushed legislative changes will make the situation worse. They have also expressed regret over Raila Odinga's move to withdraw from the race, urging the former Prime Minister to go back to the drawing table. We are keeping an eye on that story. And